Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. On the 25th day of January 2015, Amity University, Rajasthan has reached another milestone. Today we have the special convocation of Amity University, Rajasthan, and we warmly welcome the recipient of Doctor of Philosophy, D.Phil, Honoris Causa, Shri N.R. Narayan Murthy, all the dignitaries, guests, faculty members, and the students gathered here this morning. This special occasion is the most awaited and the most memorable event for all of us. May I request the dignitaries on the dais to kindly light the lamp to augur the auspicious beginning of the special convocation.
Om Bhurabhuvah Swaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Nah Prachodayat. Om Bhurabhuvah Swaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Nah Prachodayat. Om Bhurabhuvah Swaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Nah Prachodayat. Om Bhurabhuvah Swaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Nah Prachodayat. Om Bhurabhuvah Swaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Nah Prachodayat.
Thank you. May I now request Honorable Chancellor to declare the special convocation of Amity University, Rajasthan open.
I hereby declare the special convocation open.
Ladies and gentlemen, Shri Asim Chauhan, a true institution builder with a futuristic vision. May I request the Honorable Chancellor to address the august gathering.
What a momentous, historical and wonderful day, not only for this university, Amity University, Rajasthan at Jaipur, but for the whole Amity Education Group, a day on which many of our collective dream is coming true. A day on which on campus we have a global icon, a most successful entrepreneur, a great philanthropist, a thought leader, and a humble man all in one. Today we have on campus the one and only Shri Narayan Murthy ji. When our founder president, Dr. Ashok Chauhan, was conceiving Amity so many years ago, he had a dream. He thought that every Amity student would have qualities which would allow them to reach every height of success in whatever area they chose. That every Amitian would have the ambition, the attitude, the ability to work hard, and the resourcefulness to take them to this level. That they would not only be good professionals, but that they would be good human beings, full of character, values, and heritage of our country. And therefore behavioral science is taught in every semester of the course of our students. He also envisioned that at every Amity campus, through research and innovation, breakthroughs would be made. If I think across the world, which is the one person who embodies all of these qualities and represents the perfect idol of what Amity was conceived to be, I can think of no one better than Shri Narayan Murthy. Last week, when we were all together for a glittering convocation ceremony in front of thousands of students, afterwards, when the ceremony was finished, I was interacting casually with a few MBA students. I asked one of them, and he may be in this hall or maybe in one of the other many halls on this campus on which this is being telecast. I asked him, who is your role model in business and in life? Who would you like to be like later in life? Without hesitating even one moment, he said, Shri Narayan Murthy ji. At that point, this boy did not know that today Sir would be coming to campus, but it was an instant reaction, and he was only one amongst the millions and millions who have been inspired by Shri Narayan Murthy ji in every aspect. And sir, this is the legacy that you have inspired a generation of youth to be better and to do better for themselves and for the world, and for this we are eternally grateful to you. Also grateful, sir, that today you are becoming part of the Amity fraternity and Amity family, and we are so highly motivated that whatever goal and mission we had till this point in time, we will have to increase it 10% because of the sheer motivation and inspiration which we are receiving by the presence of you, Shri Narayan Murthy ji. We at Amity have a dream that Indian universities can be amongst the best in the world. Our founder president has said many times and time again that if we focus on research and innovation, if we focus on the development of every student, and if we combine the best technology and pedagogy of the West with the heritage and sanskars of the East, then nothing can stop Amity universities from being amongst the best in the world. Now, to achieve this, we need the motivation of people like Mr. Narayan Murthy ji, and also the people that drive the university are all inspired by people like him. On the dais here today we have Professor S.K. Dubey, 5.5 years the Vice Chancellor of IIT Kharagpur. I think he's working harder now as Vice Chancellor of Amity University than he did even in the IIT system, with a dream that we can take this university and all Amity universities to global levels. Dr. Selva Murthy, I would say, is one of the greatest scientists of the country. We all know that he was former Chief Controller of R&D for Life Sciences at DRDO. When he joined, he told Dr. Chauhan, that for 40 years I've been in DRDO, and now for the next 40 years I'm committed to the development of Amity. Dr. Murthy, we are so grateful for your driving the research and innovation initiatives at so many of the Amity campuses. We have Major General Kaul, the Pro-Vice Chancellor of the university, who has been a great leader in the field of education for many years with the Manipal system, and for many years now also with Amity. And Dr. Kothari, who has been a Dean at the University of Rajasthan and is driving a very interesting initiative of interdisciplinary research through the Center of Converging Technologies, which will be a great landmark for this university. Shri Narayan Murthy ji, I would just like to say that we are very grateful for your presence today, and we promise you that whatever advice that you give to us, whatever blessings that you give to us, we will convert it into more output for the country, for the nation, for the children of not only this country but other countries also. We are so grateful. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir, for your inspirational words. Your words have always given immense strength and motivation to all of us at Amity. May I request Honorable Chancellor to please step forward with distinguished Shri N.R. Narayan Murthy, pioneering IT industrialist and co-founder of INFOSYS, for the conferment of the Doctor of Philosophy, D.Phil honoris causa. May I request the Vice Chancellor to present the esteemed recipient of Doctor of Philosophy, D.Phil honoris causa.
Honorable Chancellor Sir, I present to you Sri N.R. Narayan Murthy, pioneering IT industrialist and the co-founder of INFOSYS. His exceptional strategic vision and leadership for his company INFOSYS Limited have made India a globally respected IT power, and INFOSYS as one of the top IT companies in the world, for which he is today held in the highest esteem as one of the most distinguished global Indians. Sri Murthy graduated from University of Mysore in 1967 and received M.Tech from IIT Kanpur. From modest beginnings, Sri Narayan Murthy, along with 6 software professionals, started INFOSYS Limited in 1981. Under Sri Murthy's leadership, the company experienced tremendous growth and became one of the largest IT companies in India with over 100,000 employees. In 1999, INFOSYS became the first Indian company to be listed in the United States and on Nasdaq. It was also one of the first Indian companies to offer stock options to its employees, as Sri Murthy strongly believes in the responsible distribution of the wealth. He is also one of the creators of the global delivery model, which laid the groundwork for the successful outsourcing of IT services in India. With his outstanding record, it is little wonder that Sri Murthy has been recognized number of times as one of the world's most influential executives. He was ranked 8th on the Economist list of the 15 most admired global leaders and was voted World Entrepreneur of the Year by the Ernst & Young in 2003. Sri Murthy also joined the rank of Mother Teresa, Mahatma Gandhi and Dalai Lama as one of the Times magazine's Asian heroes for bringing about revolutionary change in Asia over the last 60 years. Despite his success, Sri Narayan Murthy stays true to his simple living and high-thinking philosophy. He has a reputation for being self-effacing and a father figure to his employees. He is a role model for aspiring technologists and business leaders, students, and for all of us. It is with utmost respect that Amity University, Rajasthan confers the Doctor of Philosophy honoris causa upon Sri N.R. Narayan Murthy.
May I request the Honorable Chancellor to please confer upon Sri N.R. Narayan Murthy the degree of Doctor of Philosophy, D.Phil honoris causa. May I request Shri Narayan Murthy to deliver his acceptance speech. Sir, your address will not only be heard in this auditorium, but thousands of Amity students at other campuses will also be watching you through live webcast.
The Chancellor, Pro-Chancellor, Vice-Chancellor, Deans, faculty, staff, and most importantly, students. I am extremely grateful to Amity University, Jaipur campus, Rajasthan, for this kindness, this generosity, and this affection. I can only say that I will continue to certainly work hard and hopefully smart in the remaining years of my life to deserve this affection. I have often said that the future of nations is determined solely by the quality of minds it produces. Without exception, any nation that has made good in economic prosperity and political eminence has always been led by high quality minds. The only way we can indeed enhance the quality of minds of our nation in the future is by creating institutions that help our children, that help our youngsters discuss and debate ideas in an environment of openness, pluralism, data and facts, courtesy and dignity. And such an environment, I believe, will be conducive to enhancing our economic prosperity. While a section of India, of which you are all part of, has seen tremendous progress in the quality of life that we lead, there is a large part of India that has missed out on this opportunity, even though we have had liberalization efforts since 1991. Therefore, it is the responsibility of those of us who have benefited from this opportunity to further our life, to improve the quality of our lives, to demonstrate our commitment to make the lives of the less fortunate ones better. It is also important to remember that this nation was founded on the belief that democracy in India will ensure that the poorest child in the remotest part of India will not have concerns and worries
of basic education, basic healthcare, basic shelter, and basic nutrition. That is a very daunting task. It's not something that can be done quickly. It cannot be done by one person, even though we do have a Prime Minister who is very committed, who is very dynamic, who is very energetic, who works very hard, and who exhorts people at every opportunity. But in order to ensure that his resolve, his determination to make this country a better place, that determination and that resolve will not see fruition unless the vast majority of youngsters get a decent education. What do I mean by decent education? It's not getting marks in the examination, all about using the formal knowledge that you learn in the classroom to understand the nature around you, understand the context around you. And at a later stage, using that education, that learning to ensure that you solve the problems. I'll give you a very simple example. I do not miss any opportunity to go and address youngsters. And I was in a school last month, and I asked the children there why we have seasons, that is winter, autumn, spring, fall, all those. The children couldn't answer. So then I explained to them, I said these things happen because the axis of rotation of Earth is at 23.5 degrees. So that at some point of time, you're nearer the sun, and at certain other parts of the time, you're away from the sun. That's what creates these seasons. A week after that, I was in Japan, in Tokyo. And I asked the children there the same question. A girl stood up and she explained that these seasons happen because of the axis of rotation. Then I asked her, what would happen if you tilt the axis of rotation to 45 degrees instead of 23.5? And she smiled. She's just about 12 years. Said, sir, do you want Tokyo to be full of snow, completely swamped? The point is this, she had understood the concept well. She applied what she learned in the classroom to understand nature, and she could immediately understand that tilting the axis from 23 to 45 would make Tokyo even farther away from sun during winter, and it would lead to huge snow and very low temperatures. So the point I'm making here is, unless you can use that learning in the classroom to understand nature, to understand the world around you, and unless you use that knowledge to solve problems around you, to make life better for your people, education has no meaning. You will all realize that every invention, every facility that we use in this room this is from the West. You name it. The tablet is from the West. Computer is from the West. Phone is from the West. Light is from the West. That TV is from the West. Fan is from the West. Whatever I see around me is all from the West. The modern conveniences, without exception, they are all from the West. Why is it that children who are born along with me, or perhaps slightly earlier, they went on to create these facilities? Look at Steve Jobs. He created iPhone, he created Mac. Bill Gates created a wonderful operating system. They're all younger than me. But I have not been able to do that. Why is that? It is because in my class, my teachers did not allow me to think. My teachers did not give me an opportunity to question them. My teachers wanted me to learn everything by rote and answer the examination, get marks and go away. But that's not education. So therefore, I was suggesting to your chancellor that because you're your own university, why don't you say that in every class, half an hour will be for monologue by the teacher, and the rest half an hour will be for questions by the students. In fact, I wanted to suggest to him first that the students should read the material at home in the halls of residence and come to the class prepared. And in the class, it will only be questions and answers. Ideally, that is the kind of education system that we should get to if we want to solve problems around us. If Amity University wants to become a worthwhile university. That's one aspect. The second aspect that you people have to keep in mind is being good citizens. Being good citizens is not the same as being good people. We are all very nice to our friends, our family, we take care of our family, all of that. But that's not sufficient. Being a good citizen means being law-abiding, being courteous, being decent to strangers who are your compatriots in the nation. It is about putting the interests of the nation first, ahead of your personal interest. It is about asking, will my action make this country a better place? To do that, the most important attribute that we all have to follow is discipline. If there is one country in the world which is extremely poor in discipline, it is India. There is no country in the world that I know of which is worse than India in discipline. If discipline is not there, nothing else will achieve. The other day I was invited to give a speech somewhere, a very important thing. And the function was supposed to start at 6 o'clock. They started it at 6:40. And I was supposed to speak for 15 minutes. And I went to the podium and I said, look, if you want to make economic progress, you need discipline. The first attribute of discipline is punctuality. We are 40 minutes late, therefore I will speak for 1 minute. I just spoke for 1 minute and closed down. The point I am saying is, discipline is the bedrock on which greatness is built. If you people cannot be disciplined in everything, then let me assure you, there is no future for India. Second, discipline translates to, in some way, honesty, integrity, hard work, commitment, high aspirations, etc. Now, in some way, I personally believe that it is not the faults of the youngsters who are sitting at the back. If this country is not disciplined, it is the fault of our generation. We have not led by example. Children they watch us very carefully. Only when they see elders not doing what they ask the children to do, they realize that their words has no meaning. I don't know how many of you, I'll just tell you a small story and close it quickly. I believe there was a couple, husband and wife, and they had a child. And the boy's father was also there with the couple. And the daughter-in-law was very upset with the old man. So she was nagging the husband every day, why don't you get rid of your father, why don't you get rid? So finally one day the father said, okay, I will go and bury him alive. So next morning he was started out for the forest. So the child asked, where are you going? He said, I'm going to the forest. So the child said, I'm also coming. So they went, and then they went to the middle of the forest. The father started digging the grave, and then suddenly he found, and then the child asked, why is this? Why are you digging this hole? He said, oh, it is to basically bury my father. And after some time, they found the child was not there, and then when he went round, he saw the child was also digging a hole. So the father asked, why are you doing this? He said, I want to bury you. So the point I'm saying is, children will only do what you do. If you are disciplined, the children will also be disciplined. If you are not disciplined, there is no way they will become disciplined. Therefore, I think we have let down the country. Our generation has let down the country. Our politicians, our corporate leaders, our bureaucrats, every one of these people has let down the country. Therefore, my request to you, all the elders here is, at least from today, please be disciplined, please be honest, please show commitment, please show hard work. If you want those people sitting at the back to follow all those wonderful things and make this a great nation. I think I have taken enough time. I am very, very grateful to you people for this kindness. I have no doubt at all that you people will, with your better determination, better commitment, and hopefully better discipline, you will create an India of which your children will be proud of. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for such inspiring words of wisdom. For us and for all Amityans across the globe, it is a dream come true, an unforgettable experience to listen to a personality of your repute. We are truly enlightened. May I now request Honorable Chancellor to present a memento as a token of our affection to Shri N.R. Narayan Murthy. May I now request the Honorable Chancellor to declare the special convocation closed.
I hereby declare the special convocation closed.
Honorable Sir, it is a great opportunity for students of Amity University, Rajasthan to have you amongst us. Sir, our students are very enthusiastic to ask you few questions. May I request you, sir, to kindly allow?
Sure. I have only one request. Alternately, it should be a girl and a boy. Let it start with a girl.
Thank you very much, sir, for accepting our request to take up the questions.
Good morning. Due to paucity of time, we'll be taking only a couple of questions. Please raise your hand, those who would like to question. Yes, the lady in the corner, please.
Sir, I'm a student of MBA. I would like to ask you, Ankita. Sir, I would like to ask you, what special skills a young entrepreneur should inculcate in order to be successful in today's competitive era?
Well, entrepreneurship is all about converting ideas into wealth, into jobs, into prosperity. So the first requirement is you must be able to express the power of your idea in a simple sentence, not a complex sentence, not a compound sentence, because simple sentences are understood easily by people, it's easy for you to express, and it cannot be misinterpreted. Second, you must bring together people with complementary strengths. That is, you will have people who know finance, people who know sales, people who know production, people who know marketing, etc. Third, I think you need an enduring value system. That is, because entrepreneurship is about sacrifice today and hopefully better prosperity tomorrow, you need a good value system. Otherwise, you won't be able to make sacrifice. Fourth, the market must be ready for your idea. Unless the market is ready, you will not succeed. There are zillions of cases where the great ideas fail. Finally, you will get money. Money is not an easy thing in India today. If you have good ideas, then you will get money, not an issue. That's what I would say.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. More questions, please. Yes, sir. Behind you.
Our Honorable Prime Minister has a vision to create 100 new smart cities in India. Sir, in your opinion, how can IT act as a driving force in empowering this vision?
Well, smart city is all about efficient use of resources in the city. That is, the ability to go from place A to place B most efficiently, the ability to use electricity most efficiently, the ability to use water most efficiently, the ability to control pollution in the city, or every one of these requires information processing. Every one of these requires databases. Every one of these requires computing power. Therefore, there is no way that you can create a smart city unless you have access to large databases, you have access to huge computing power, and finally, you have access to huge communication bandwidth.
Thank you, sir. With your permission, I'll go for the last question.
I wanted to know your mantra for such a huge success of INFOSYS.
No, I don't think there are any mantras for any success. It's all hard work. It's a little bit of a good idea which creates a differentiated business value to the customers. It's about a good value system. It's about leadership by example. It's about creating an environment where youngsters are enthusiastic to contribute good ideas. It is about following the best principles of governance so that investors flock to your stock in large numbers. It's about repeat business coming from how well you treat your customers. It's about the ability to attract good employees because you treat them with respect and dignity. It is finally about creating goodwill with the society, because society contributes customers, society contributes employees, society contributes investors, society contributes bureaucrats, and society contributes politicians. Therefore, society is perhaps the most important stakeholder in your corporation.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the national anthem.
जन गण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड़ उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्छल जलधि तरंगा तब शुभ नामे जागे तब शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे सब जय गाथा जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे.
All are requested to kindly continue to stand till the procession leaves the auditorium.